Welcome back to the Cardboard Candy Bar. We've got a special spotlight today for some playing cards. A little bit different from the usual trading cards that we see, Pokemon, Magic the Gathering, that kind of thing. These are just playing cards. They're your basic, like bicycle rider backs, what you use for poker. If you're not familiar with playing cards, where have you been? Now, this is from a Kickstarter. One of my favorite playing card designers, Lee McKenzie, ran a recent Kickstarter. These are the Cavaliers, and they just arrived. Very excited for these. Now, this is just a gorgeous 6-deck half brick box. And inside, you'll see Cavaliers, designed by Lee McKenzie. We got the Kings and Crooks brand there. Just beautiful. Now, I'm not going to be reviewing the basic deck or the Grand Reserva. That's for a different video. What I wanted to cover today was a couple of the variants from this Kickstarter that you might not see much of. We've got the Gilded Export 1800 edition, the Export Libre edition, and the Mystery Deck. So, spoiler alert, if you ordered the Mystery Deck from the Kickstarter, you're going to see what's inside this in the middle of this episode. So I'll let you know again before we get there, but Mystery Deck that was added on at the end of the campaign. Now, I did go and open these off camera so I can show you the boxes without having to sit through the tedious process of trying to preserve these seals. The inside of the export boxes is meant to look like Cuban cigars. The whole campaign is based around this Cavaliers, Havana, like this whole theme. And it is just incredible, the design on these. You even have like the size of the cigar, 3.5 by 52 gauge there. These are really nice. Some of the most detailed and intricate playing cards I've seen in a while, with really good combination of artwork and embellishments and fonts. But let's not dwell on that too much. I do have a gilded version here of these. They came in a non-gilded version. There's a little bit of differences. I don't have the... Oh, here we go. You can see on the non-gilded version, the seal is a little bit different there. And the back of these is fairly similar. The other big difference is just the background has a more pronounced wooden texture on the gilded edition. And on the non-gilded, it's got some palm trees back there. Again, really, really great attention to detail on the design here. However, you do not need to lift this seal in order to open these. You can, if you want to see inside the flap here, but they do open like a regular tuck box. Inside, you'll see some really nice printing on the inside of the tuck box here. I love to see that. It's absolutely beautiful. And then on the other ones, we've got similar details here. This gold foiling on the outside. This beautiful blue on the Export Libre. And again, we've got one of those really nice seals. See Export Havana there. And just these really nice fine details, like the type of thing you would see on the anti-counterfeiting measures on currency. Yeah, really, really cool. And then same for the Havana deck. A nice basic Cavaliers seal there. And just lots of gold foil. This very traditional looking design there. I've been a longtime fan of Lee's work, especially the Royales. These were a gorgeous series of cards. They had a few different variants, from the regular like midnight blue Royales to the noir to the Players Rouge, which came in a gilded variant. And there's even the 888 Reserve, which is white and gold. Very pretty cards. But today I'll focus on a couple of these, and we'll see what Cavaliers has to offer. I'm going to start off with the Export Libre. These are very nice, bright, clean cards, and you'll see what I mean by that later on. You have this beautiful bright blue, and the actual details on these cards is just stunning. I believe these were printed by Legends. No, these were made in China. Here we go. Oh, these were made by Legends. Yes, they might have all been made by Legends. Really good playing card company. Nothing wrong with that there. Starting off, I've got that back pattern, and this is the order they came out of the tuck case in. Not the order I usually keep my decks in, but you start off with the Jokers here. It's really nice thematic Jokers. Have your Ace of Spades. All of the number cards have this really cool geographic pattern with the bloom there, like a stencil or something. And all custom pips. The font is really cool. Have that Cavaliers branding in the back there. Our court cards have this really nice bright red. A little bit of a very, very subtle, almost metallic look to the gold-looking tan inks there. It's very hard to catch on camera. There's our diamonds. There's our court cards there. Going to the clubs. I love the faces on these courts. They're just different enough that it doesn't look too boring, but familiar enough that it just looks extra classy compared to a normal deck of cards. Then at the back here, we've got our Ace of Hearts and a really, really nice Cavaliers Export Libre card there. And then we have a Kings and Crooks ad card. Really fun there. You have his brand emblem. Yeah, really, really neat. Handle really well. They fan okay. They probably would fan better, but I've been manhandling them for a while, so they're a little bit warm. But there's Export Libre. Really nice deck. I will probably use that quite a bit. And everybody's different. I prefer to peel up seals and then push them back down there so that they stay on the deck and tucked inside, nice and clean, and give me something to help pull up that tab later. Moving right along, we've got the Havana mystery deck. So this was added on at the end of the campaign. You could get one of these in the pledge manager. Now, if you don't want to see this, or you want to be surprised when you get yours, I mean, you've already seen the tuck. So last chance, you can skip ahead or wait. But here we go. The deck itself has this really nice back pattern here. Look at that pattern. I love that. Such a bright color too. It's almost an orangish red. Yeah, that fans really nicely. Really good quality cards. It's kind of soft, not too bad. Start off with our Joker again. Very similar. We got the Ace of Spades there. The pattern in the back here is this kind of tan gold instead of the blue. Got these stripes on the side there. Got that really bright orangish red again. Very clean. Very custom. This is definitely something that you would bring with you to poker night. These are some awesome cards. Way better than boring old Rider backs. Yeah, these are, I like the pattern on these quite a bit. Reminds me of an old Las Vegas casino deck. All right, there's those. And finally, we come to my favorite deck of cards. And actually, before we move to that, let me just mention those Havana cards remind me a lot of the Royale's Players Rouge. If we look at them side by side here, see that kind of red and gold thing going on. Although the players from the Royales over here are very kind of a deep red, and the Havana is more of, like I said, that bright orangish red. A little bit of a comparison there in case nobody's seen those side by side before. And these are also gorgeous cards if you haven't seen them. They have a little bit shinier gold to them. But this isn't about those. It's about Cavaliers. So this is the Gilded Export 1800 edition. And right away, I mean, you can tell these are designed to have that aged look. Got this nice, almost brownish tan and teal colorway going on there. And look at this gilding. This aged gold gilding is incredible. If I recall, I believe Lee had some issues sourcing this gilding for a while and almost didn't get it on the decks. But lucky us, here it is. Have something very special that you won't see anywhere else. Now, right out of the box, these come with a double backer up front, so you can't tell which side is which right away. But there's that. Then we have the ad card, which was at the back last time. And we start off with the hearts. We got the Ace of Hearts. Got that tax stamp seal up there. Got our Cavaliers stamp down here. And the same kind of really intricate stencil looking pattern. Again, reminiscent of what you would see on currency for anti-counterfeiting measures. And I love these little brands here that go up in number between the number cards. There's a 5 in Roman numerals. Very, very neat. Every single card is unique. And then we come to the courts. Look at this guy with his little cigar there. Moving into the clubs, we've got this red and black colorway, really neat. More reminiscent of the base Cavaliers deck. And of course the same sort of thing, fully custom courts, fully custom number cards, custom pips, a couple of cigars in there. Moving into the diamonds here. Very consistent throughout the deck. The theme is the same for each of the suits. And there's our Ace of Spades. Big, bold pip in the middle there. And a couple of jokers here. You can see that. Get it to focus on the entire card. Yeah, really, really awesome aged look here. If you're just playing a hand of poker or something, these look like they've been used. They look like something you'd see at a blackjack table at a bar in Havana. Love it. Absolutely love that. I don't know if these are going to be widely available at all, or if you're just going to have to find them on places like eBay. But man, if you can get a hold of these, I highly recommend grabbing a deck of Cavaliers. Whether it's the base deck, the Export 1800, Export Libre, the Havana, or even the Grand Reserva if you can find it. Super, super cool cards. Stoked I was able to review these and let everybody see what these look like. And as an extra bonus, if you're able to find one, the campaign also came with a metal card. Check this out. I don't know if anybody else collects these, but I know a couple of people on Reddit mentioned them. This is just incredible. And here, look at the detail on this. I don't know what Lee had to do working with the manufacturer of these, but this is quite an accomplishment. Super, super cool. All right, well, that's all I had for this one. I'll catch you in the next one.